Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Groundhog Days happen again.
Then put your little hand in mine. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain.
So every month I go through this iteration of how am I going to get any more bottles? How is something going to happen? How am I going to figure things out? And this month was a lot different. For those that watch the channel a lot, they knew that I had to take some time off. Had some personal things going on with family, had lost a family member, and invested a lot of time into trying to help out at that moment. Life, that was that priority at that time. Family was a priority at that time. And you guys all understand that. And the way that you guys supported me during that time was fantastic. I absolutely appreciate and I'm thankful for every single one of you for that. But as you go through it and you're like, I had about a 2-week period where I was just fully invested in family. I was kind of away from everything. And then I come back and I put together all the things that was able to get in November. It just amazes me sometimes, and I'm like, golly, these things, I don't know if you guys ever watched Star Trek, The Trouble with Tribbles. It's like all these bottles just keep popping up and you're like, where did they come from? It's like, don't feed the mogwai after midnight and put water on it because you end up with all these other things. But, I digress. But it was really neat. I was really neat as I was putting this together. And this may come out a little bit later today because, hanging out last night on the after hours, after dark with Whiskey Wisdom, and we get into some heavy life topics. But it was so cool, and it was really cool. And, it was about 3-something before I think we finally all kind of signed off last night. So got a little bit rough start to the day today, but you know what? My soul is good today. I'll tell you that much. So that was outstanding right there. For those that don't know, 1500's coming up. When we get to 1500, got a huge bottle giveaway. All these wonderful bottles right here. And 3 of these bottles were contributed by you. I thank you all so much. We've got a Rebel store pick. Outstanding there. Mark Gale, thank you very much. We got a 13th Colony Sour Mash, which is discontinued. Keith Smith, thank you so much. We've got an Eagle Rare here. Victor, a.k.a. Whiskey Panda, donated this. Thank you so very, very much for this. I'm putting in a Buffalo Trace 1 liter, which you don't see all the time out there, and also a Blanton's. So at 1,500 subscribers, I'll put out a video to people to put in a special word or a key phrase into that video. Once you say that, you're entered for the contest, 21 Continental US, and I'll have 5 winners, a bottle for each. I'd love for that to happen prior to Christmas. So maybe some people get some nice stuff at Christmas time they can share with some of their friends. And I think that would be super, super cool. The Christmas theme type of thing. Love the hat here. My wife found that for me today. But let's get into all these wonderful bottles. And if you remember right, last Saturday, I had a video where someone could get a sample of one of these bottles. So let's see where we go on that. So let's see what we got here. So, first bottle. This is JTS Brown. This is a bottle and bond. So, some people are like, well, what's so special or important about that? Well, what's so special or important about that is I don't see it in my area. And my wife and I were able to get away, before Thanksgiving for an anniversary trip. And we got to go to spend some time in Clarksville, Tennessee, Nashville. We got to go to Bardstown. And while I was at the Heaven Hill Distillery, they had this bottle there. And I thought, you know what? This is cool. I don't see it. I'd love to have it as part of my bar, my collection. And we discussed last night, adult bourbon collections is kind of like baseball cards. It's adult baseball cards. But I didn't have this one in my collection. So I said, I'm going to get this. And I'm looking forward to it because I don't see the bottle and bond. So this one was cool because it was an anniversary trip. Got to spend some time with the wife, and we got to do some things on our own. It was a great time. So I absolutely enjoyed getting that bottle. Another bottle down here, which didn't cost a whole lot, if I can find it. But it's pretty cool too, is this old Overh 114. So I did a comparison video versus the bottle Who Not Shall Not Be Spoken. And a $7.80 bottle, I thought, had better flavor, better characteristics, and was more enjoyable than the $300 bottle that will not be spoken. And what was so cool about this is, you know, my son-in-law, he's currently deployed. But my daughter lives on a military installation with their 2 boys, and I try to get out there and visit with them and have a good time. But she always humors me and lets me go to the classics. And I found this bottle there, and I said, you know what? I saw the Bloody 81. Jesus had one of these. You know, it's something that, it's a 4-year rye, 114 proof. What could go wrong with this? And it was like $9.80. I'm like, cool. And when you're on those military installations and you're at the classics, you don't pay tax. So I bring it up there. I didn't realize hanging on there was a $2 off coupon. So I got it for $7.80. And I'm like, man, I need to get some more of these next time I go out there. So it's cool because I got it when I was visiting with my daughter and the grandkids. It's a very good pour, especially for the price. You know, and that shows you that you don't have to go overboard a lot of times on bourbons to get something, and this is a rye, or a rye or a whiskey, to get something that is good and that you can enjoy and you can share and you can have a nice time with. So definitely enjoyed picking that one up this month. 2 other ones we picked up this month, and I talked about the Heaven Hill Distillery. This one right here is a Larsen U. This is when my wife and I went, we got to do this thing where they had a bottle your own, and we got to taste 4 different things while we were there. We got to have a Bernheim barrel proof. Thank you. My puppy dog just rolled by. Probably hit the camera. But we got to try a Bernheim. We got to try a Larsen barrel proof. We also got to try an Elijah Craig. And then they also had a single malt, which was good. But my wife and I both fell in love with 2 bottles or 2 barrels there. And these come out of their Rickhouse Y, which is their award-winning Rickhouse. And this isn't part of, you know, their A, B, or C's, the 3 times a year that they distribute the Larsen U. And my wife was like, this is actually pretty good. She's not a bourbon fan. And so she bottled this one right here, and I'm excited about that. And so we were able to pick this up at the Heaven Hill Distillery. I think that was super cool. And then while we were there, I also got to pick out something, and I picked out the Elijah Craig. You know, I like a little more spice on this, where the Larsen U's just got some super, I mean, both of them are fantastic. It's just, what do you care for that day? I like a little bit of the rye and the spice that comes along with the Elijah Craig. It's got some rye in it, where the Larsen U's a little more, I would say, sweeter, and it just has a different profile to it. But we both got to do our own, mine being the Elijah Craig. That also came out of their Warehouse Y. So I was very excited about that as well. So the bourbon experience there, if you haven't been, I mean, it was really, really neat, where you get, like I said, you literally get to get your bottle, clean out the bottle, you know, with water, then run air through it to get it all dried out as best it can. And then you actually go over to where you want to pump in your own alcohol, and then they show you how to put the stickers on there and put the lid on there and put the band over the top. The only thing they don't do there is like the little plastic seal like you get on regular bottles. So you have to be careful. They tell you don't leave it in the car if it's hot, because that cork will pop on that thing. So it was a great experience. Absolutely loved that. What else we picked when I was out of town? So while I was out of town, this is another one that I have not tried. This is Casey Jones. This is a 117 proofer. It's only 2 years, 9 months, so it's a young expression. But I was told to check them out. I mean, it was not expensive. I think it was like $35, and I was like, okay. So I haven't cracked it yet, haven't checked it out yet, but I will be doing a video on that. But I was told this is one you need to kind of check out. And people have said, I've gone there and I've kicked myself for not getting a second bottle. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I may be kicking myself later, but I don't see this here. It's somewhere that's local to that area there, and in Kentucky. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it out. If you guys have had any Casey Jones, let me know in the comments what I need to, you know, don't tell me what the notes are going to be. I always like not to know that, but let me know if you enjoyed it, what you thought it was a decent pour, or it was horrible pour, or man, you should have got 2 bottles. Just let me know in the comments. Man, what do we got here? I'm telling you, you know you're living right when you have such amazing people that they're willing to go out and get things for you to try. Robert Jennings, I have never had a Widow Jane Decadence. And I had hunted and hunted and hunted in my area. And Robert's found 2 different years and different batches and got them to me. And I think this is just a great dessert pour. It's something I can't find in my area. And I absolutely love this. Robert, thank you so very much. I mean, he's getting me 2 different bottles of this over the course of the last few months. And I have absolutely loved both of them. And I'm so very thankful for it. I mean, it is literally drinking pancakes and syrup or dessert in a glass. I just absolutely love this bottle. And I tell you, that's one of the best parts is I like to try to get stuff out to other people. I want them to try other stuff. But you guys as a community do so much to bring it back. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Next bottle down here. Man, you talk about another awesome person right here. It's Buzzards Roost. This is a rye cigar. Just did a review on this the other day. This comes from the legend Dave Vogelsang. Thank you so much for that. This was a Liquor Barn pick. This is so cool because they do 3 different things to the barrel, and you kind of get a little bit of all of it when you're sipping on this. You know, being a cigar batch, I really love the cigar stuff, and a rye this time of year is absolutely outstanding. But you know, they've got I think a number 1 char on it. Then they toast the barrel. You know, so you get the fire that gives you the char on the outside. Then they heat it up and toast it, which brings more of the sugars and things going on in the barrel, kind of toward the front. And then they take it and they smoke it with tobacco leaves, cigar tobacco leaves, and you get a little bit of all that in there. So I really enjoy this. I'd never had a Buzzards Roost until just the other day when I sampled this, and Dave, you know, got this for me, and he is so on target with so many things that he picks out, not only for me, but the entire community. Dave, absolutely appreciate you for this, and outstanding. Like I said, I got so many things just because of the amazing people that you guys are. So thank you for that. Buzzards Roost, absolutely love the rye cigar batch on this. What do we got down here? Oh man, I got so many, it's just insane. So another one here, this is the Redlines. This is the Hive edition. It's MGP juice. This right here is going to be similar to like a Penelope Rio. You know, it's got amburana, it's got honey. And if you haven't tried any of the Redline stuff, I got this out at Maple Party. You know, Matt out there, a.k.a., you know, The Affair. They do a good job of having a lot of Redline there. It's MGP juice, and it is just so good. I'm ready to crack this one. I can't wait to get into this one. If you can't tell, I've been doing a lot of reviews lately as opposed to hunting because I had so many bottles I'm behind on, and this is one of them. But anything I've had from Redline, I've really enjoyed. It's a lot less, and it's still, you know, it's still a pricey bottle. It's a $70 bottle. But it's still a lot less expensive than some of the other bottles that are out there. Now become secondary priced, and you get a very comparable pour for it. So check out some Redline if you've got a shot. I can't wait to review this one to see how it stacks up versus the Penelope Rio, because I have an idea that just because some of their other products I've had, that it's going to do fairly well. Man. Part of a long conversation and stream last night. Whiskey Panda, you know, Texan, awesome guy. You know, he had said, you know, I've been trying to find some different Texas, you know, whiskeys, bourbons, ryes, and things like that. And he says, look, I see this Still Austin, and it's a high rye, and it's a seasonal type of thing. And he says, would you be interested? And I'm like, absolutely. And I'm like, how much on this? And he's like, no, this is for you, dude. And I'm like, golly. You know, I can't thank people enough for this, and I can't wait to crack into this. Like I said, I got behind on my reviews, but man, I'm looking forward to this. Still Austin, anything I've had from the Still Austin, their red corns and some other stuff, I've really enjoyed, and I am looking forward to digging into this one. If you haven't subscribed over there to Whiskey Panda, man, get on there. He is such an awesome guy. Victor's a fantastic guy. Victor, thank you very much for that. Man, what else we got down here? And I think I might have almost forgot about a bottle. I did. Man, single barrel Hancocks right here. So Hancock's, it's a Buffalo Trace product. I don't ever see it down here. So the Bloody 81, Jesus, you know, I chat with a lot of you guys, and I love the conversations. And so he was sitting there, and he sent me a picture, and he says, hey, what do you know about this? And I'm like, dude, go get it. He's like, really? I'm like, dude, I don't ever see those around here. You know, I know it's a little bit, you know, it's not super high proof, but it's just because of it's rare to find around here. A lot of people hunt these. A lot of people want these. And he's like, you want me to pick you up? And I'm like, absolutely. So I shot him some cash and stuff. But, you know, just the fact that he reaches out and he was willing to make sure that he got this hand delivered to me, you know, and picked up another awesome bottle that I didn't have from my collection. I just think it's super cool that, you know, and we talk about this a lot, building your tribe, your whiskey tribe. And some of you guys have done such an exceptional job with that they've gone out and they've talked to so many other people, and they have such great connections all over the U.S. that they pull in amazing bottles because of those relationships. And I'm thankful for that part of that relationship. As you can see, I've get so many amazing things just because I made a channel and had the opportunity to meet you, and we have great conversations and can talk about things and are willing to help each other on things. Jesus, thank you very much. I was like, man, there was a bottle, and I was sitting here. I was like, where? I know I have another bottle. And as I was talking about amazing people, Jesus popped in my mind and said, that's right, Hancock. Let me grab that Hancock. So, Jesus, thank you very much. Oh, and I know I do root for the Cowboys, but the Dolphins and the Cowboys have we'll just say a match coming up here in a few weeks, Christmas Eve. Jesus and I are going to do wear each other's colors for the loser and do some samples. Is there any other Cowboy fans out there that want to be a part of that? Let me know, because I do root for the Cowboys, but I won't be rooting for them that day. But great game the other night. It was I know it was probably frustrating for some of you guys, but it was a very entertaining game when you guys played the Seahawks. What else we got down here? Man, oh man. So this is a bottle. This is the Rebel. This is the store pick. At Maple Party. I really, really enjoyed this bottle. The first pour, I was like, wow, this is outstanding. I liked it so much that Mark Gale was like, I want to donate something to the channel. And he sent me some money to purchase that so I could give it out to somebody else. And I just thought, what an amazing, amazing offer there. But this Rebel right here, absolutely loved it right off the front. I have some ideas, some things I'm going to do with this. So looking forward to this. I really enjoy the Rebel store picks. You can get them for about 50 bucks. Good proof, exceptional flavors. Had a real good time with this one right here. I think this one right off the bat, I mean, I was jumping off flavors first pour off of this one. So exceptional pour. Maple Party for the win there. Oh man, I don't believe I still have all these bottles down here. Barrel. This is the 100 proof Barrel 5-year. Barrel has not offered anything outside of like a cask strength. This is their first offering. As you can tell, there's a bit gone on this. Brought this on Thanksgiving to hang out with my brother-in-law and some of my niece's husbands. And we dug into this a little bit. For a 100 proof bottle from Barrel, they do such a great job of blending. And I didn't know the price point up front, and it falls in line with a price point where I'd say if you see this bottle and I would pick it up, because it's at a great proof point at 100 proof, so it's not too hot, but it's got enough that if you want to do something outside of it besides sipping it neat, which I love to sip this neat, it's going to be fantastic. I really enjoyed this pour. I thought it had a lot of different flavors. I thought it transitioned very well. I think it had a lot of things. This was from Barrel. Barrel sent this to me to do a review on, and I'm very thankful on that. But man, they didn't send a sample. They sent a 750 ml. And I mean, but the fun part about that is I get to share that out to other people too. I don't just get to taste this. You guys get to taste this. And I put this out in a lot of different things, and I have fun with it. Barrel, thank you much for that. I absolutely appreciate that. Man, it's starting to be like a Maple Party shop thing here. So if you see the little Santa over here, this is a Southern Collective. I absolutely love everything that they've been doing there. This is one of their straight ryes. You see, you got the red and green wax. They got the little gnome cap over here. They only got, I think, 12 bottles in. Yeah, this is 12 of 12, and it's the Bad Santa bottle. And I am a huge Southern Collective fan. I think that they do a great job taking care of the different whiskeys that they get there, and whatever they choose to do with it, whether they're blending it or they're putting it in different casks, or they're doing some different things. I'm really, really impressed with their juice. Most of it's MGP right now. I don't know what they're planning on the future, but man, Southern Collective has put out some banger products for me this year. The King of Georgia being one of my absolute favorites. We're narrowing it down. We've only got 4 left, so let's have some fun with it. Obtainium whiskey. So, 26-year Canadian whiskey coming in at 155.6 proof. It is hot, no doubt, but it has some fantastic flavors. My wife and we were in Clarksville, Tennessee. There's a store there that's funny because Dave Vogelsang actually knows the store when he's gone through that area. And we actually happened to be there, and I saw this bottle. I'm like, man, I want to get it. And I was like, well, I'll get it later. I'm telling my wife, I'll just pick it. I picked it up in my hand, put it in my hand a couple times, put it back down. Came back on the last day and picked it up. This thing right here, I'll tell you the one thing I learned from this bottle right here, the most important thing I learned from this bottle. If I'm going to do a blind battle, do not drink this one the day before, because my proofs were so off. Because when you drink something this hot, sometimes anything you drink after that's like drinking Kool-Aid. The next night, I'm doing a bourbon battle with Independent Joe, and I couldn't find a proof to save my life. I'm like, oh, this got to be like 90 proof. They're like, no, it's 105. I'm like, wow, okay. Way off on these proofs. So, but interesting pour, interesting to have on your bar. I think it's really neat. I have some great ideas for this one upcoming too, so looking forward to that. If you don't have anything like this, that's just like kerosene, ethanol bomb. But like I said, I didn't get a lot of ethanol on the nose. You do get that proof in your chest and in your palate. But exceptional flavors. Got caramels, got some chocolates, got some nice oak on it. But you have to be careful with that proof. Little sips at a time. So Obtainium was another one. This one, I've been looking for this one for a while, and it's great to get it. Whew. Down to 3. Old Soul out of Mississippi. I have really liked both of these that I had. This is a store pick. It came from the bottle shop, aka the Mistress. They do their store picks right. I mean, I'm very, very proud of the stores that we have in this area, the store picks. You know, Matt out there at Maple Party and all the guys, you know, Harry and all them out there at the bottle shop. I think they do a fantastic job. This right here just followed right in suit. Absolutely love this bottle. As you can tell, I'm having a good time with this bottle. Old Soul's doing some right things. They're actually starting to blend their juice in with the MGP juice. So you're kind of getting a mixture in there. Eventually they want to have their own distillate, but they're still right now, they're using a little bit of a both juice to get them in the bottles, but it just works right. Absolutely loving the Old Soul. Whew. Down to 2 left. My wife's like, yes. So short barrel, if you've never had short barrel and you've never had a honey finished, this is one you want to look for. This is the short barrel Bee's Knees 3. I mean, this thing right here on the bottom, I mean, you just looks like honey just sitting down there. A lot of sediments down there. And you really, I mean, if you set this in your glass and let it sit, you'll just see the sediments come down. I mean, it is honey forward. It's honey at the hello, honey at the let's talk, and honey and the goodbye. Absolutely love it. Fantastic bottle. This is something I was able to get at the bottle shop. I happened to be there, and I was talking to one of the guys, and he says, hey, we actually just got some of this in. Are you interested? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Yes. So excellent pour. As you can tell, we've enjoyed this a little bit too. Spent some of that at Thanksgiving as well. Been giving a couple samples out. But if you haven't had the opportunity to get some short barrel or some Bee's Knees, if you have a friend, or you have a frenemy that maybe has a bottle, talk to them about it and then get a pour of that and just let me know what you think. I do love some honey cask stuff. So last bottle, and I know you guys are probably thinking, thank goodness. The last bottle is actually going to have to do with the winter. So I am very, very excited about this. I'll pull the reel off at the end, but this one right here, Penelope Light American Whiskey. This is the 15-year Founders. It's coming in, I think, like 128.4 proof. Fell in love with this bottle the first time I tasted it. And I fell in love with it so much, I was like, oh my gosh. So I said, okay, last Saturday's video, if you happen to put Iron Bowl in the comments, you'll win this. So I'll show you the little video where I pulled the name from the comments, and I'm very excited about that. William Brown, congratulations. I hope you truly, truly enjoy this pour. You know, reach out to me, Echoes in Eternity Bourbon @gmail.com. Looking forward to getting that sample in your hands. I think it's an exceptional pour. I was able to get this out at Maple Party as well. So, I mean, my heavy hitting stores, you know, the little bit of hunting I did this month were outstanding for me. I'm looking forward to the rest of this month. You know, this is allocated season, points clubs coming up stuff. I'll be able to get some other stuff maybe from some drawings. Looking at maybe doing a walk-up next weekend still for the state of Alabama, even though I didn't get a number, to see what I can get off some of the tables. So absolutely looking forward to an exceptional next few weeks of hunting, and then, but most importantly, spending time with family. So William, reach out to me on this. Congratulations on winning that pour. Looking forward to a bunch of college championship games today. Looking forward to some NFL football tomorrow. But most importantly, it's the weekend. If you're working, I hope your work day goes by fast. If you're home with your family, I hope that time just slows down and you can cherish every moment of that. But most importantly, cheers, God bless, and thank you for all you do.